In 2017 alone, U.S. government statistics reported the number of laboratory animals used in research at 820,812, a 7% rise from 2016. Animal testing is an act that can be avoided, and if not, it can destroy the life of an animal. Along with the research I have obtained from this topic, I have also volunteered at humane societies, and I've seen the effects of animal testing firsthand. Today I will speak to you about what animal testing is, what animals it affects and how it affects them, and alternative ways for animal testing. To start, I would like to explain to you what animal testing is. According to Cruelty Free International, there are two different main types of animal testing: fundamental research and genetically modified animals. Animals are being used for biological research, machine and chemical testing, and cosmetic testing. Some countries have put laws into action towards banning animal testing, but unfortunately, animal testing is still allowed in 80% of the world. Animal testing is an action that needs to be stopped because it brings pain and suffering to innocent animals. According to Bill Tarver from Scientific American, in a forum entitled "Ending a Cruel Legacy," he states, "For the results to have any value, they must therefore recognize that human and monkey brains and personalities share similar developmental pathways. But if monkeys are similar enough to be useful experimental models, how can these trials be anything other than cruel and unethical?" This explains that a scientist cannot comprehend why they test chemicals on animals when they aren't providing beneficial research. Now, I'd like to inform you on what animals it affects and how they are affected. No animals are safe from experimentation. Primates, dogs, rats, mice, rabbits, pigs, fish, and cats are just a few of the animals who are routinely used in these tests. Think about spending your entire life like this, a prisoner, even though you have committed no crime. This is the life for an animal in a laboratory. It is deprivation, isolation, and misery. Animals are infected with diseases that they never would normally contract. Tiny mice grow tumors as large as their own bodies. Kittens are purposely blinded. Rats are made to suffer seizures, and primate skulls are cut open and electrodes are implanted in them. Experimenters force-feed chemicals to animals, conducted repeated surgeries on them, implant wires in their brains, crush their spines, and much more. After enduring these terrifying, painful procedures, animals are then usually dumped back into their cage without any painkillers. Video footage inside laboratories show animals who cower in fear every time someone walks by their cages. They don't know if they'll be dragged from their prison cells for an injection, blood withdrawal, a pain procedure, surgery, or even death. Often they see other animals killed right in front of them. You can visualize the terrible conditions animals face while in a laboratory. Lastly, I will lighten the mood with some alternatives to animal testing. Alternatives to animal testing include sophisticated tests using human cells and tissues, also known as in vitro methods, advanced computer modeling techniques, often referred to as silico methods, and studies with human volunteers. Thousands of individuals across the world donate their bodies to scientific use after they pass away. These bodies could replace the need for animal testing. According to Claire Jean Courtier, a scientist who specifically studies animal testing alternatives, says research shows that these models can accurately predict the ways that new drugs will react in the human body and replace the use of animals in exploratory research and many standard drug tests. Alternatives to animal testing are limitless. A small gesture could change the lives of many animals. Animals are unwillingly thrown into animal testing. It is a horrific act that changes their lives for the worse. Today, I've discussed what animal testing is, what animal it affects and how it affects them, and alternative ways for animal testing. After listening to my speech today, I hope you have a better understanding as to what animal testing is, and I hope you take action towards changing the ways of this inhumane action.